Hello everyone, welcome to this presentation. On this session, I'm going to see about a prose piece named The Sporting Spirit. The presentation is done by selvamurugan, Assistant Professor, Department of English, AJ College of Arts and Science, Sivapuram, Pudukottai. The Sporting Spirit is written by George Orwell, who was born in Bengal and educated in England, is well known for his greatest novel, Animal Farm, a masterly written political satire on the Russian Revolution. His last work, 1984, is a grim forecast of the future of the totalitarianism. Written in the form of a readable novel, The Sporting Spirit first appeared in the Tribune in December 1945 and is a refreshingly frank expression of Orwell's views on competitive games. In the extremely competitive atmosphere in which sports is administered today, every player backed by every nation would obviously have a strong temptation to take advantage of the gaps in the rule book, bending the rules to his favor and conveniently interpreting the law to his advantage. Against this backdrop, George Orwell pleads for the needs to understand the importance of demonstrating sportsmanship and sets a good example on the sporting field for the others to emulate. In his remarkable essay, The Sporting Spirit, Orwell grieves over the fact that sports is an unfailing cause of ill will and that the visit of the Russian football team Dynamos has only worsened the Anglo Soviet relations instead of strengthening it. Two of the four matches played led to much bad feeling and bad impressions. At the Arsenal match, the referee was booed at the crowd. At the match in the Glasgow, it was a free for all right from the start. Everyone in the ground quarreled over others. According to Owl, football was capable of provoking the vicious passions of patriotism, resulting in fresh animosity on both sides. According to Owl, the dictum that sports creates goodwill between nations is a great misnomer because if the common people of the world could meet one another at football or cricket, they would not have any inclination to meet on the battlefield. Such is the ferocity and the fervor that flares up, leading to the orgies of hatred, something similar to what happened in the 1936 Olympic Games, for instance. George Orwell exemplifies what happened in 1936 Olympics. Orwell says the ground of any sports is like a battlefield because it gives chances to meet a citizen from a nation to another, and it sets the chance to make a quarrel when the team is win or loss. The purpose of the sports, in sense, on the village green, when you pick up sides, no feeling of local patriotism is involved. The game is played simply for the fun and exercise. But as soon as the question of prestige arises, and the moment you feel that you will be disgraced if you lose, the moment savage competitive instincts are aroused, and at the international level, sports is simply a mimic of warfare. More than the behavior of the players, it is the attitude of the spectators that aggravates the situation. And that is because of a false notion that running, jumping, and kicking a ball are tests of national virtue. Simply, Owl says playing a game is not a part of proving the humbleness and love towards his nation. And Owl says even a leisurely game like cricket demanding grace rather than strength. It has caused a lot of ill will, as seen in the controversy over bodyline bowling in the 1921 match between the cricket teams of Australia and England. Football, a game in which everyone gets hurt and every nation has its own style of play, and it is fair. Worst of all is boxing. One of the most horrible sights in the world is a fight between white and colored boxers before a mixed audience. Simply, I will say is the boxing between a white man and a man with a different color. It's a follow up for a problem rising on racism. Owl then proceeds to inquiring into how this modern culture of sports arose. Most of the games we play now are of ancient origin, but sport was not taken very seriously between Roman times and the 19th century. Even in the English public schools, the games didn't start till the later part of the 20th century. So much that Mr. Arnold, generally regarded as the founder of the modern public school, looked on games as simply a waste of time. But later on, chiefly in England and the United States, games were built up into a heavily financial activity which capable of attracting vast crowds and rousing savage passions. And the infection gradually spread from country to country. It is the most violently combative sports like football and boxing that has spread the widest. And the whole thing is bound up with the rise of nationalism. Even in the Middle Ages, games were played with much physical brutality, but they were not mixed up with politics nor were they a cause of group hatreds. Orwell winds up his essay with a fervent play for good sportsmanship, which, according to him, is one of the most desirable qualities in any great player. As the Olympic Oath justically declares, in the true spirit of sportsmanship, for the glory of sport and the honor of our teams, every player should imbibe these qualities of sportsmanship, which would go a long way. Literally, George Orwell says that a sportsman should have the thought of sportsmanship in that long way in promoting the sporting spirit between nations. If a game is played between nations, there must be only the spirit of gaming and sporting, not a hatredness between nations. This is what George Orwell says, and concluding this prose piece. Thank you all.